Peace to the galaxy, it's your boy Supreme, and this is Vader, and this is Mongu, and today is a good ass day. Today, we're gonna talk about handling your ball python and how to gain the confidence to interact with your new pet. But before we jump into the video, make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and join the Vader Nation. When it comes to handling your ball python, I think that's the main reason why most of us get a ball python, right? Because we want a snake, a pet that looks cool, that we can handle and we can show off. I think that a lot of people are scared, when their snake gets older and it gets bigger, and it could be a little intimidating. So I want to talk about how to get comfortable and how to gain confidence picking up your ball python. But I want to start in my collection from biggest to smallest. Okay, so now I'm in my home office where I have my adult ball pythons quarantined at, and we're about to pick them up just so you can see the difference in picking them up. The hatchlings and the adult ones, I know when you're getting into reptiles, you're scared that my snake might grow up and eat me. I know everybody's heard the story about a guy who had a snake, and then one day the snake stretched out all long on his body to the length of his body while he was sleeping. He woke up and his snake was like sizing him up. I'm gonna just go ahead and debunk that right now. I think the bigger ones are actually a little bit more fun to handle because they're easier and less flimsy. And just to give you a quick size thing, so I got this rusty sword that my grandpa gave me, this old rusty sword. It's a pretty decent size. I'm gonna go ahead and take Storm out, and then I'm gonna put her on the table, matching up so you can see how big she is compared to this sword, and just let you know that you don't have to be afraid to pick up your ball python, whether it's a hatchling or an adult. Let's go ahead, let's pick up Storm, let's pull her out. So, kind of make a little bit of noise, kind of show them that you're coming. Simply, I know a lot of people might think that it's scary to pick up the hide, but they really aren't that jumpy, especially as adults. So you can just pick up your hide, pull it out, and like I said, Storm is an adult normal. I actually was doing some handling last night, looking at the marks on her belly, and I think she might actually be het pied. So I'm going to show you her belly once we pick her up, and then you guys let me know if you think she's het pied or just a normal. So with the bigger ones, the reason I said it's easier is because you can pick them up. It's more body to grab. So you just grab them by the middle of their body. Boom. Like the other one, support. And there you go. And then she's just gonna crawl up. You see? Simple. So look at her body, look at her belly. Right? Regular. This is the part that made me think that she might be het pied, like around the vent. Let's see if we can get it. Around the vent, you see that? Let me know if you think she's het pied, or is that how all normal ball pythons look? So, yeah, Storm is my big girl. She's actually really chill. She's actually nicer than my actual smaller hatchlings, I believe. So, and it's easier for me at least to handle a bigger ball python because they're less flimsy and they're heavier, so it actually feels like you're holding something instead of just with the hatchlings, it feels kind of like you're not really holding anything. It's just like a flimsy, and it makes you just want to hold them out like this. With Storm, you can, move her around. You feel cool, grabbing her head, touching her head. She's actually, look at that. So, yeah, everybody wants to have a snake that's impressive. I'm definitely going to be making her bigger so she can be even more impressive looking. But I'm going to go ahead and show you just how big that she is compared to this sword real fast. Pretty impressive size. Pretty impressive for anybody who's not into snakes. If you have a snake that's about this big, and they come over and they see you holding this, you're definitely going to look, like you know what you're doing. But at the end of the day, you really don't have to be afraid of your snake. Stormy. In you go. Back up in your house. Now I'm about to get ready to pull out Sosa. Sosa is my only ball python that I have in a tank enclosure. feel like it's a little bit different when it comes to picking up your ball python out of a tank enclosure versus picking them up out of a tub, because it's a little different leverage. So I just want to show you guys how I pick Sosa up out of his enclosure. Just like before, I'm going to remove the hide gently. Don't want to like move too fast and scare him. So then there he goes. Boom. He sees me. So again, I want to grab from behind his head. You see, again, the bigger ones are a little easier. You could just pick him up, support his body, pick him up, and pull him out. And there he goes. Sosa. Simple. See, he still got a little stuck shed on his head. We're going to get rid of that. So there it is, man. You can, and the cool thing is, like with the bigger ones, they'll ball up and you can hold them like this. They're perfectly fine like this. You can still come under, support his body. And, you know, sometimes they'll ball up until they're ready to come out. Look, there he goes. He's ready to come out. And then he'll just make his way, you know, anywhere he wants, exploring, doing whatever he wants to do. See, there it goes. So one thing about handling your ball python is that you always want to be confident. You always want to be confident when you're handling your ball python. I know they say animals can feel your energy, so they know when you're scared and then they react scared back. Another plus of having a bigger ball python is that you could just rest them on your neck, and then they're pretty chill once they get up there. And you really don't have anything to worry about, and it looks pretty cool. I mean, you see, like, I'm not worried about Sosa doing anything right now, and you know, it's great. If anything, he's probably just going to move down. So you don't have any reason to be afraid of your ball python. I wouldn't advise starting out by putting your ball python on your neck, just because I know that it's not for everybody at first, and it can be scary. Make sure you build a relationship with your ball python before you try something like that. And understand that not all ball pythons are the same. But now we're about to pick up Sage, my spider ball python. I just wanted to show you the difference in picking up different types of ball pythons. I might have to make a video only dedicated to the different types of ball python personalities, because at first I didn't believe that they had different personalities, and I've seen different things, but I'm almost for sure that they do now. So let me pick up Sage, my spider ball python. She's the most jumpiest. So this is how you pick up a more jumpy, skittish snake. Remember that confidence is everything when you're picking up your ball python. Sage is my jumpiest ball python. We're going to see the difference. But at the end of the day, they're all the same pretty much. They're all, you know, great animals, nice animals that you don't have to be scared about. So you see she's kind of defensive right now. She's kind of jumping all over the place. You want to still grab the side of the body, the middle of the body. You could hear her kind of let out a little hiss, but that's okay. Don't be afraid. Pick her up, still. For the more jumpier ones, it's always good to just go right underneath their head. For some reason, ball pythons, that's like their spot. There you go. Look at her looking nice and good. Simple. So now let's do this again. Still a little skittish. Remember, come up underneath the body, the middle of the body. Boom. Support the rest of the body. Boom. There we go. Let her ball up. Let her do whatever she wants to do in your hand. You don't have to be scared. They're more scared of you than you are. You know, not all of them like to be rubbed underneath the head, but most of them do. Picking up a smaller ball python is pretty simple. You know, the same way you want to pick up the bottom. My fault. You want to pick up the middle. You want to pick up the middle of their body right here, you know. Then you'll see they'll start to wrap around most of the time when they're comfortable. You pick up right here. This is Vader. Vader's got a crazy... See, you know, a lot of people want the pieds with the smiley faces. Vader actually has a cyclops. Vader actually has a cyclops. He has a smiley face. Let me see if we get the focus. He's got a smiley face on his tail. You see, he's pretty calm, but he wasn't always like that. You see the smiley face on Vader's tail is actually like really a smiley face. But you see, you support his body. And almost all ball pythons have, like I said, they calm down after you pick him up, get underneath his head. See, he's a little head shy. Haven't done too much work with him. But yeah, that's it. You just support his body. Let him crawl around. All right, so that's part 1 to handling your ball python. How to pick up your ball python and how to gain the confidence to pick up your ball python. It's not really scary. It may seem scary from the outside looking in, but once you get your first ball python and you put your first ball python on your neck, I'm pretty sure you're going to love it. Make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and join Invader Nation. Stay tuned for some more videos. It's your boy Supreme, and this is Sage, and we out.